Jay, a very good evening. You are watching Primetime English Bulletin on SKTV, and I'm Victoria Rajkumari. Before we begin, let's take a look at the headlines first. Farmer injured after being hit by bullet fired from nearby hill while farming at Fubala High Canal in Bishnupur district. Speaker Tokjam stresses urgent need for elected government in Manipur over prolonged president's rule. Negligence of Water Resource Department lead to flash floods across Manipur, asserts MPCC President K. Megachandra. Election Commission of India rolls out new standard operating procedure to ensure delivery of electors' photo identity cards and short epics within 15 days of update in electoral rolls. And Manipur records 16 new COVID cases, taking the total tally to 53 in the last 24 hours. And now the top stories. President's rule has been imposed in the state, weapons have been collected, yet fresh firing has been reported at Bishnupur district's Fubala, injuring a farmer. The firing incident took place around 3:20 p.m. today near Fubala High Canal when suspected armed cookies fired 5 rounds of bullet and hit a 60-year-old farmer who was working at his paddy field. The injured person is identified as Tokjam Tonsing, son of late N. Tomba of Fubala Awang Maninglekai. He sustained a bullet injury on his left forearm. He was initially taken to Bishnupur District Hospital and was reportedly shifted to RIMS later. It may be mentioned that Manipur police had arrested a person for spreading false information of firing at Fubala on June 15. Today's incident comes after a scuffle at Imphal East District's Sadhu Lampak, where Meitei farmers were forcefully stopped by Kuki villagers from carrying out agricultural activities at foothills. Paddy fields near foothills have been major risks for farmers belonging to Meitei community despite deployment of security forces. Recently, Union Home Ministry has also directed to relocate Sioux groups' camps away from Meitei villages. Meanwhile, angered by the firing incident, local Mairapaibi blocked the Tidim Road. Speaking on the sideline, a local Mairapaibi member demanded Manipur Governor, Bishnupur District's Deputy Commissioner and Superintendent of Police to give explanation regarding the incident as they have failed to stop firing at peripheral areas.
Thoiba thokdoksi koi nungchilgi pung ahum charangna adhaimuk taba matamdani khunjasingna tahoba madi aikoina taja hubuda maru mari mangagi changda aikoi makhol takhi aduga mahangna soiba mafam asi high canal haina khangnaba irrigation canal jigi makhada low uruga lejabani lowgi mathaksidista SSP gi post amasu lei aduga IRB deploy tawi aduga state processing su deploy tawraga leibani aikoi mamang thada SP yauna DC madi mayam punna phaminaraga 300 meter aikoigi high canal dagi mathakta lowba junction ba moina security provide tawba haina yanagi matung ina longmi singna mafam du da security piro matung da aikoi mafam du changjilaga low ubani tawda bo hajujik soiba longmi sidi hajiki hairiba खरा सेंसिटिव ओइरे हारिबा जगह हाई कैनल की मथक नत्ते मसी मखादनी अदुना यामना ममांगदसु मसी फुट हिल्स तगी नत्रगना चिंगदगी कापक मतमदा नोंमै मरु यौदब जगानी अदुना मसीना ताकपदी करिनो हाबदा कोई नोंमै मरु यौरिबसिनदी मकोय यामना सांगना कुमधर अकांददा कापा ओइगनी हाबगे चेत पथाजब लै
चीफ सेक्रेटरी अमदी डीजीपी अमदी गवर्नर फुबाला द खुतक तो खुबा कदबनी करी बरंगिरो न खोइना काफलोय कुकीना शांति ओरे जे कदाय शांति ओरिनो हुजि फुबाला द अहल लमा सोए खरा सेरेस ओरे थागी इरौ छुबदा इसागी इरम छुबदबु असुमाइना इ ताबा होंना ब्रो मरम मदुना हुजि तंपाक सिदे यमु कुलदीप सिंह सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर गवर्नर पुन्ना कदबा थोकजरा अंगांग जिम भागे खुलाई पिखलो कुकी द लाउरो सोदना हुजि करिमा लौबा गमदे लेन थाबा यारोय हमता किसीदा कुकी फाद्रबा मणिपुर दगे सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर लमित तुमित खंगदबा मयांग मचा मा थमजलगा नायोक चफुदा ngaयो इकरिनो सेंटर दसु सादनिमा मवंग द मैते यखोदे सानगरो मरम मद्रो हुजिमा गवर्नर अमदी सिक्योरिटी एडवाइजर अमदी चीफ सेक्रेटरी खुदक ता फिल कुमाग नसागी नथौ तौरुराव
हुजि मियामना अखोगी फुबलाना बन तौबसिदा अखोगी मैते मचा सिंगी मरक तुदैदुदा बन तौरे हाइबगी ngangnabadu मियामना ज्ञान तादबा म लैरे आई मधु मयक सेंगनमता हाइजगे अखोई बन तौरकांदुदा अखोई कयामु यामना वाई बन तौबसिने अखोइदा वाबगी चैथेंग पि हाइबसे अखोई साना खंगी तौबदबु ngasiगी बन सिना मियामदा पिरिबा मेसेज अखोइना हुजिक पामिबसी हुजिक पिआर गी मतमनी अदुना गवर्नर अमदी डीसी अमदी एसपी फुबला दा लाकपीबा अदुगा ngasi इखांग खंगौदना मसागी लौदुदा लौ सेमदना लेजरिबा अहल अदुबु नोंमैना कापा कांदुदा महागी मखुतुदा नोंमैना पालिबा असिगुमलबा थौदोक असि ममांग थक्ता कायरकसु थोखरे अदुमकपु हौजी पिआर गी मतमनिना सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंटना ngak सेली हाइदना लौ पानबा यारनी हाइदना अदुगे अयाबा म लेनरा कांदुदा अखोय लौसी पानरगा लौसी उनबनी अदुदा लौ उरिबा मीदुमदुदा दा कुकिनागो टेररिस्ट अखोय लौसिगी मनिंगदा लौसी हाइकेनेगी मथक्ता सुनते हाइकेनेगी हेंग मखादनी अदुना मसिना नोंमै कापक्तना हुजिक मियोय असि पालगा हुजिक अरुबा फिबमदा लैरे अदुना फुबलागी प्रजाना पाम्बदी गवर्नर अमदी डीसी अमदी एसपी फुबलादा थु मतमदा कुंबिरे हारा कांदुदा फुबला प्रजागी ममांगदा नोंमै कापैबा मियोय अदुबु प्रजागी ममांगदु दैदुदा सिना कापनी हाइबा अदुगी मसक ताक्त्रिबोक्ति ngasi चंगजलिबा खोंजंग बनगी खोंजंग असि अखोय हनबा लैतरा मखा ताना चथगी गनि हाइबसि मियांगी मफमदा पाउदमजरी
Speaker of Manipur Legislative Assembly, Tokjam Tonsing, has emphasized the need to form a popular government in place of the current administration under President's rule, which has continued for over 4 months. The statement was made at the inauguration ceremony of Sri Sri Gopinath Mandap, located at Yeshkul Hiruhanba under Yeshkul Assembly constituency. Speaking further, Tonsing emphasized the potential complications that could arise if the current administration remains in power for an extended period. He also said that there are news about MLAs gathering together to form a new popular government in the state. He further stated that he had received information suggesting that the centre might send a representative to form a government in the state, while clarifying that he himself cannot directly intervene in the government formation process.
सी अन ताबदी सरकार सेमनब ग्रुप सेमनबगी पाउसु ताई दिल्ली सेमलंगनब मी थारकने हाबसु ताई अताब पावंगतने इसादी मोब तौजुते असेंबली दे फमंग लेरवनिना दुमद यौसनबे यादवनि याउद्रे मसी तौबम थुएना खल्ले मरमदी मागिसु टाइम फ्रेम हम लेबनिना हेंदोखरगदी प्रॉब्लम लाकनिदना अदुना तौबम थुएना खल्ले
Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee MPCC President K. Megachandra has attributed the cause of recent flash floods in the state to the neglection of Water Resource Department WRD. He was speaking to media persons on the sidelines of a one-day free health camp organized by Dr. Cell MPCC in collaboration with Chief Medical Officer Imphal East and Yeshkul Block Congress Committee at Wangkai Puja Lampak Community Hall today. Speaking further, the MPCC president criticized the president's rule government in Manipur over its incompetency in addressing the plights and problems of the public, stating that the recent floods could have been prevented or minimized its intensity The WRD authorities repaired dams and vulnerable riverbanks before the onset of monsoon season. He alleged that the late openings of Dalai Thabi barrage shutters had resulted in water overflowing and flooding in Iril River. He went on to demand adequate compensation for the damages caused by the recent floods. More than 100 individuals taking shelter in relief camps have received the benefits of the health camp today.
Central government si na hojik thengnariba akhoi flood fighting ki measures lokholiba mayam singsu totally unsatisfactory akhoi mapung phadi flood thoibasi masi kari dagi tholakpano hairabadi sarkar na water resource department adagi leiriba matam chana nungju tha lakadore na hairabadi mahusana convention adagi akhoi gi leiriba department sina dam lairiba ring ban adagi river bank mayam singsi nungju tha lakringai da matam chana repairing tawbo kopasi tawbadabani adubu handaki president rule government asina masi tawkhidi handak sida unexpected oiba akoi flood situation ama phangi base negligence of the akoi officials of the water resources ne
Manipur Pradesh Youth Congress Committee held a special blood donation camp cum awareness program at RIMS Hospital Blood Bank as a part of the birth anniversary of Rahul Gandhi today. The camp was attended by Manipur Pradesh Congress Committee President Kesham Megachandra, Manipur Pradesh Youth Congress Committee President Wahingbam Anand, along with Congress leaders. Around 30 Youth Congress members donated blood during the camp. Addressing the camp, MPCC President K. Megachandra highlighted that the camp was organized as a part of Rahul Gandhi's birth anniversary. He also commended the RIMS authority and staffs, Youth Congress members and Congress members who took part in the camp.
Hospital da youth ki mayam ama mafam khudimaki Manipur ki mafam khudimaki blood donation ki program ama pangthok charibasi koi leader of opposition Shri Rahul Gandhi ji ki birthday ga mari leinana Manipur praja miyam da mateng pangbagi adugumba game amani masigi blood donation tawbiriba koi naha sing koi youth ki leaders miyam aina thagachari aduga loinana akoi gi RIMS ki authority Dr. Singh koi gi tongan ba Sevadal party ki leaders sing mayam pura mukpusu aina mateng pangbigi tumak thagachari.
In a major step to enhance voters' convenience, the Election Commission of India (ECI) has rolled out a new standard operating procedure to ensure the delivery of electors' photo identity cards in short epics within 15 days of any update in the electoral rules. The initiative is a part of a broader push to modernize and streamline electoral services. Voters will now be notified via SMS at every stage, from epic generation by the electoral registration officer to its final delivery by the Department of Posts. This applies to both newly enrolled voters and existing electors who update their details. Currently, it takes over a month for the epic to be delivered to voters. Manipur reported 60 new COVID-19 cases today, taking the total infected number to 53 in the state. An official update issued today informed that 8 new cases were found in Imphal East District, while 7 cases were detected in Imphal West District. Technopal District also reported 1 positive case. In view of the rising COVID-19 cases in the state, Directorate of Health Services and National Health Mission, Manipur has advised the public to maintain COVID-appropriate behavior like washing hands, wear masks and to isolate patients with symptoms. It also urged public not to take antibiotics or other medicines without consulting doctors. All Manipur Bulk LPG Drivers Association and All Manipur Petroleum Products Drivers Association have withdrawn its ongoing strike against the physical assault of an LPG gas tanker driver by police personnel today. The incident took place on June 15 along National Highway number 2, that is Imphal to Dimapur Road, where the police personnel came in white-colored bulletproof vehicle and physically assaulted the driver. The associations informed that the normal activities for petroleum and LPG gas tankers will resume from tomorrow as the involved police personnel and the associations came to an understanding after having a dialogue at Moidangpok Community Hall. The police personnel also agreed to fulfill a certain charter of demands made by the associations regarding the case. Speaking to media, President of All Manipur Petroleum Products Drivers Association, Laishram Somin, highlighted that the strike was called off after the involved police personnel came to their meeting and issued a public apology and also agreed to fulfill their charter of demands. Family members and relatives have received the mortal remains of Lamninthun Sinsan, a cabin crew who lost her life in the tragic Air India plane crash in Ahmedabad at Dimapur Airport today. Various leaders of Kangpokpi district, including members of KSO Sadar Hills and Sadar Hills Private Association, were also present at Dimapur Airport. Lamninthung Singsan's body, accompanied by two elder brothers and a cousin, was earlier flown out of Ahmedabad at approximately 8 a.m. today. According to reports, condolence service will be held by Kuki Union Dimapur alongside a Naga Council Dimapur in the presence of Airport Authority of India, Director of Dimapur, upon arrival of the deceased body. The report also suggested that the funeral rites of Lamninthung Sinsan will be performed after her lifeless body reached Kangpokpi district. However, due to poor road conditions and planned condolence by community members along the route, the group is expected to reach home between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. In another news, state government has officially enacted the Manipur Names of Places Act 2024, aimed at streamlining the process for naming and renaming places across the state. The act was published in the Extraordinary Gazette on March 15, 2024 during the tenure of former Chief Minister N. Biren. According to an official notification issued by Namoijam Khedavhart Singh, Secretary Land Resources, the act mandates that any naming or renaming of locations within the state must receive prior approval from the Land Resources Department. In alignment with these provisions, the state has constituted a Place Names Committee through an order dated December 19, 2024. This committee will submit recommendations on place names for the government's review and decision. Departments and relevant authorities have been instructed to strictly comply with the provisions of the new legislation. Violations will invoke penalties under Section 1(3) of the Act, which prescribes imprisonment ranging from 1 to 3 years and a fine between 50,000 rupees and 2 lakh rupees. The authority also instructed all administrative departments and deputy commissioners to ensure full adherence to the Act and its guidelines. Peace and Integrity Committee (PICK) Pik Kiamgai has expressed disappointment over the failures of President's rule government in handling the issues surrounding the state. In a press release signed by its convener C.H. Meghachandra, PICK Pik accused the President's rule government in the state of being inefficient in handling the issues and accused the authority of failing to protect the lives of properties of people, in sharp contrast to the people's expectation. It specifically cited the recent incidents of obstructing Meitei farmers from working in their paddy fields by Kuki individuals near Lake Tangpokpi and Gwaltabi incident, where security forces instructed a media team to remove the Manipur State transport signage from the bus they were traveling in. While strongly criticizing the government's inaction towards mitigating scale deforestation and poppy cultivation in Kuki inhabited areas, the organization went on to point out that Suhora Technologies recently revealed the loss of approximately 52 acres of forest cover in the state between 2021 and 2025. In the press note, PIC further demanded justice for the recent murder of Chesam Abdul Kadir of Paubitek Mayai Lekai while appealing all concerned not to communalize the incident. PICKP also expressed solidarity to bereaved family of late Abdul Qadir. Now it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Keep watching SKTV News.
I come from Ukhrul, a small town in Manipur. While growing up, I didn't always see how my voice could shape decision. But I've learned something important. Every vote counts. And it begins with your name on the electoral roll. If you are turning 18 on or before the 1st of July, it's your time. It's your right. Register to vote. Don't wait to be told. Don't let others decide for you. Wherever you are from, your voice matters. Get registered as a voter and be counted. Count me in.
Watching Primetime English Bulletin on SKTV. Now proceeding with other news. Panic struck Thobal Okram Maninglaikai today after a hand grenade was discovered at the gate of a private residence belonging to Ningombam Babu, aged 64 years, son of late in Acho, a special contractor by profession. The incident occurred under the jurisdiction of Thobal Police Station. According to reports, the explosive device was spotted around 6 a.m. by Babu's brother while sweeping the surroundings of their residence. The family immediately informed the Thobal police, following which a police team rushed to the spot and safely retrieved the grenade. Strongly condemning the incident, local Mairapibis along with residents organized a sit-in protest at Okram Kaithial Community Hall today. Protesters displayed various placards reading, "We condemn the threatening civilians, we condemn the planting bombs at the residential areas, and we condemn keeping bombs at local houses." The demonstrators demanded that those responsible for planting the explosive be identified and appropriate action be taken. They also appealed to all concerned to refrain from involving civilians in such acts of intimidation.
Hauji asuk yamna waraba aikoi amana ama wabada hainingai laitana leiraba marak sida adugi mathakta amok aikoi praja singsi kanana kari haibasi karomda chalaga aikoi kaidawjige na waringai mathak aduga irang sina maram oiraga mipha mipun marak sida adagi misi mina asoiba arangba mayam sina thallaba marak sida sumaina yum amada adusu yum siju mi yamna kungba jaga amada sumaina khangawdana hairiba bom asi thamambaje aikoi aduki mati yajaningde hairiba thambiramiba misak or hairiba loop ase siju yaragadi imung asida kari maramgi kaidobagi no haibado sengtokpiyo.
Residents along the road leading from National Highway 102 to Commando Complex under Kangabok Assembly Constituency staged roadblock in protest over prolonged lack of pavement and deteriorating condition of the road, which has become increasingly hazardous for commuters. The road is also a key lifeline for residents of Hayel Labuk village. Commuters of the road, such as students, emergency services and patients, face severe difficulties due to the deteriorating condition of the road. Speaking to media, one of the protesters highlighted that the local residents have repeatedly submitted memorandum to the local MLA, local elected person and even former Chief Minister in Biren to pave the road. She further stated that the road often becomes flooded during rainfall and the presence of large potholes has turned into a serious hazard for Delhi commuters. Students in particular have sustained injuries while cycling along the route. The protesters appealed to concerned authorities to address the issue urgently and expedite the road's construction and paving at the earliest.
CM Birenda Chokoi application Thagre, Adu Matamatangi, Zila, members of Hajari, Adu Kanamtana, Hanatuna Yang Bida Manamna, Toroxi Ishing Chow, the Matam Super Nonkitan Tabaga, Kuchim Ishing Chow Tokana Lady, Tatra Naharon Kaya Satpam Ju, Nate Chadre, Alaman Kaya, Lambicha Padesukudong Chadre, to Chanbaka Yaure, Shokaya, Yaure, Adamachi Mari, like Navana, Tinkan Biona Hajari. Lambi Chimbi, the Wamatam Katana, Tinkan Zagadori, Masida Kanagomba, Lamindra, Pataraga, Apapata Toko Dido Masar Jagani.
All Naga Students Association in Manipur Ansam observed 12th Remembrance Day as it's a tribute to the 9 martyrs at Ansam Memorial Park, Kapan village in Chandal district today. During the observance, a former president of Ansam, Langhu Palring, hoisted the association flag, which was followed by a gun salute as a tribute to the 9 martyrs. Leaders of various Naga CSOs and student bodies also laid wreaths at the martyrs' monument. Addressing the observance, Ansam President T.H. Ngangtishang Maring highlighted that the martyrs lost their lives while defending Naga ancestral land and its unique history. The event was attended by leaders of various Naga CSOs and student bodies. Moirang constituency MLA Thongam Shanti today unveiled a newly constructed monumental statue related to Manipuri epic Khamba Thoibi at the residential complex of Mairanbam Inau today. The statue unveiling function was attended by Ingu Khadrakpa Salam, Ibochoba of Ibuthaug Thangjing from Naiba Loishang, Moirang College retired principal Sarat Chandra Sharma, and representatives of Thangjing Seba Mandal and several CSOs. Speaking on the sidelines, MLA T.H. Shanti emphasized the importance of preserving one's own culture and traditions. He also called for making collective efforts towards protecting the rich cultural heritage of the state. Mairanbam Inau, who dedicated a site for constructing the statue, also expressed keen desire to carry forward the legacy of Moirang Kanglei role.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯔꯝꯄꯔꯥꯗꯒꯤ ꯆꯠꯅꯔꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗꯣ ꯀꯥꯎꯊꯣꯛꯈꯤꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯉꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯈꯨꯟꯅꯥꯏꯁꯦ ꯃꯤꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯁꯤꯜꯂꯛꯏꯕꯅꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯏꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯀꯜꯆꯔ ꯑꯥꯏꯗꯦꯟꯇꯤꯇꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯆꯠꯅ ꯀꯥꯡꯂꯣꯟ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛ ꯂꯩꯖꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯇꯁꯨ ꯃꯥꯡꯍꯜꯂꯛꯑꯒ ꯃꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯇꯧ ꯇꯝꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯔꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯃꯆꯣꯏ ꯃꯆꯣꯏ ꯇꯥꯔꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯟꯖ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯍꯥꯟꯅ ꯆꯠꯅꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯀꯠꯊꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯗꯨꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯃꯗꯨꯗꯗꯤ ꯀꯠꯊꯣꯛꯆꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯀꯜꯆꯔ ꯌꯣꯛꯈꯠꯁꯦ ꯇꯥꯔꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯆꯥꯅ ꯃꯣꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯀꯪꯂꯩꯔꯣꯜ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯂꯨꯞꯅꯅꯤ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯈꯪꯅꯤꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯒꯩꯔꯣꯜ ꯃꯔꯨꯞꯅꯅꯤ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯛꯑꯣ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯗꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯂꯩꯕꯗꯣ MLAꯅ ꯄꯥꯝꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯕꯨ ꯆꯩꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯃꯥꯡꯗ.
All Manipur United Fish Farmer Association, in short, AMAFA, and its affiliate, Imphal West District United Fish Farmer Association began its 10-day training program on pisciculture from today at Hyangkong. The training program is being sponsored by RST of State Bank of India, and it was organized under the aegis of All Manipur United Clubs Organization, AMUCO. The opening function was attended by SBI RST Director Y. Deban, AMAFA President M. Bimolchan, Vice President of AMUCO Dr. Narendra Tokjam, AMUCO Assistant Secretary Organization T.H. Santikumar, MSRLM member K. Jagjit, and District Coordinator Livelihood Farm Ranjina Potsangbam. Addressing the function, Y. Devan advised the trainees to take benefit from the training to improve the financial status of their families as well as improve the economy of the state. He also assured that State Bank of India will provide necessary aids to those farmers who work hard with honesty. Meanwhile, AMUCO Vice President Dr. Narendra Tokjam emphasized the importance of producing the state's own products in order for the state to stop relying on imported products. He also highlighted that fish production has been significantly increased in the last few years. Malavia Mission Teacher Training Center, Manipur University, organized a 6-day long short-term program for teachers on advances in artificial intelligence and data science at Court Hall of Manipur University today. Speaking in the opening day function, Vice Chancellor of Manipur University, Professor N. Lokendra, highlighted the significance of artificial intelligence, that is AI, and data science at present days and its potential in future. He added that through artificial intelligence and data science, various sectors including health, education can benefit a lot. It will help in problem solving and in decision making across all disciplines. Member of Implementation Committee New Education Policy 2020 and UGC Northeast, Professor Irom Gambhir, Director of Manipur University, MMTTC, Professor R.K. Budhon, and Head of Computer Science Department, Manipur University, Dr. Kumukchum Ravindro, along with other eminent persons, graced the program.
The program introduces core concepts like machine learning models, deep learning frameworks, data pre-processing, and the model evaluation technique, all of which can be directly applied using open source platform and accessible tools. Therefore, I urge all participants to engage deeply with all these sessions, actively, engage in this 6 days program. Artificial intelligence is not just about coding. It is about problem solving, pattern recognition, and decision making. Skills that are transferable across discipline. As we work to implement the vision of NEP 2020, faculty development in emerging technologies is vital. Program like this build the foundation for a digitally empowered and research-driven academic environment.
Education, Manipur University organized its educational field visit community contact program for the academic session 2024-25 today at Howring Chingyang Community Hall located at Thanga village in Bishnupur district. As a part of the program, several trainees collected data by conducting a field survey on the living condition of the villages. Speaking in this regard, Program Coordinator Associate Professor Dr. Chongtham Atomba emphasized the role and contribution that teachers can make in community level and society besides their academic activities. He added that the field survey report will be submitted to the varsity, which in turn will be handed over to government's authority to be used in making a policy program. During the visit, teaching, non-teaching and trainees presented clothes and eatable items to the villagers.
Aikoigi difference aikoigi leiba community singsida aikoina contact tawraga makoigi hingbagi mahing kamaini hingibagi makoigi lifestyle kamain tawibagi haiba survey ama aikoina lawe haraga university authority da aikoina madu pisanjare haraga aduga madu university authority na amu government da piraga kano sigi lekai sigi samaj sigi sothariba aikoina piriba findings da government na kari mating pangba yabagi haibagi adugumbagi facility ne aikoina madugi pandam.
Manipur Students Association Chandigaon in short MASAG has informed that the second phase of counselling for seeking admissions to different colleges and universities in Chandigarh will be held on June 22nd. According to a press release issued by MASAG Publicity Secretary Mishram Victoria, the second phase of counselling will be held at Dhanamandri University on June 22nd from 9:30 a.m. onwards with an aim to ease potential inconveniences that may face while seeking admissions to different institutions in Chandigarh. In a good gesture, donors group of Diamond TV, Wahong Radio and their viewers and listeners extended monetary assistance of 50,000 rupees to Mayanglambam Dhaina in Kakching Pazi Laikai Manalai Pareng, who is currently undergoing treatment for cancer. Speaking on the sidelines, Managing Director of Diamond TV and Wahong Radio, James Hekrujam, informed that Dhaina is a member of the donor group who contributed 100 rupees per month from his earning she made from making incense sticks. He added that the monetary assistance provided to the cancer survivor was contributed by donor members, including second in command of CRPF, Wangkai Mayum Nandini, OC Saram Suris, and listeners and viewers of Diamond TV and Wahong Radio. A poetry book titled Saideng the Radharani, written by Lailan Lakpam Angoba, was released at Manipur Press Club today. The book releasing program was organized by Bharatiya Dalit Sahitya Academy, Manipur State Branch, and it was attended by Sahitya Academy awardee Yumlembam Ibomcha, Koirol Sandokluk President Tongram Babulal, along with former Manipur University's Department of Education HOD Dr. Laisram Lairain. Ningwombam Nando spoke about the poetry book during the program. Now moving on to national news. A week after tragic Air India plane crash incident of Ahmedabad, 211 victims have been identified so far through DNA matching, while 189 bodies were handed over to their families, including the body of Manipur's Lamdunten Singson. According to officials, authorities are carrying out DNA tests to establish the identity of the victims, as many bodies were charred beyond recognition or severely damaged. However, DNA identification of Nganthoy Sharma Kombailakpam is still undergoing. India intends to send the severely damaged black box from the crash Air India Boeing 787 to the United States for in-depth analysis, as extensive fire damage sustained during the crash has made data extraction within the country unfeasible. The flight data recorder and a cockpit voice recorder, collectively known as black box, are painted bright orange and are near the aircraft's tail section, where crash impact is typically minimal. According to various national news outlets, these devices often sustain significant damage from crash impact or subsequent fires. The digital flight data recorder will undergo examination at the National Safety Transport Board laboratory in Washington. The findings will be shared with India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, in short AAIB, as international protocols mandate that the country where the incident occurred leads the investigation. A special evacuation flight carrying 110 Indian students from war-torn Iran landed safely at Delhi airport, bringing much-needed relief to anxious families waiting to welcome their loved ones. Among those evacuated, 90 students hailed from Jammu and Kashmir. The evacuation was a part of a government-coordinated effort after the students were first shifted to Armenia due to the deteriorating situation in Iran amid its escalating conflict with Israel. Family members praised the government's swift response. In light of the escalating violence between Iran and Israel, the Indian government has intensified its efforts to ensure the safety of Indian nationals, especially students. On June 15, the Indian embassy in Tehran had issued an advisory urging Indian nationals to restrict unnecessary movement and stay connected with official channels for updates. As Iran's airspace remains closed, India has coordinated with Iranian authorities to arrange safe passes through land borders with neighboring countries such as Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, and Afghanistan. And now the weather report. According to ICR Regional Center, Imphal state's maximum temperature was recorded at 30.6 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 23.5 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 92% in the morning and 64% in the evening today. Meanwhile, India Meteorological Department (IMD) Imphal Center has issued a yellow alert for Senapati, Ukhrul, Kamjong, Technopal and Chandel district today, with the chances of thunderstorm and lightning at isolated places. These districts will face similar condition on June 20 as well. For June 21st, IMD has predicted thunderstorm with lightning and heavy rain at isolated places in the state. And similar weather condition will continue throughout the state till June 22nd. And before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. Farmer injured after being hit by bullet fire from nearby hill while farming at Fubala High Canal in Bishnupur district. Speaker Tokjam Tonsing stresses urgent need for elected government in Manipur over prolonged president's rule. Negligence of Water Resource Department led to flash floods across Manipur, asserts MPCC President K. Megachandra. Election Commission of India rolls out new standard operating procedure to ensure delivery of electors' photo identity cards (EPICs) within 15 days of update in electoral rolls. And Manipur records 60 new COVID-19 cases, taking the total tally to 53 in the last 24 hours. Well, that's all we have for today. Well, before we leave, a quick reminder, COVID-19 is around the corner. Wear your masks, wash your hands frequently, maintain safe distance and get vaccinated. Stay safe, stay responsible. Thank you for being with us and good night.